Okay, good evening everyone. Just to start with, if you could look into the GoToWebinar screen, you should have a chat function. If one of you could just type that you can hear me okay. If it's too loud, let me know. Equally, if it's too quiet, I can turn up the volume on the microphone, and then we shall begin on the webinar. That's great. Okay, so welcome to this webinar. What we're going to look at today is just the very basics of the TradeHub trading platform. So we'll be looking at how to open an account, how to deposit funds. From there, we'll move into the actual platform itself, looking at how to search for products, how to bring up charts, how to use the charts, how to put indicators on. From there, we'll be looking at the product information sheets, which are quite handy for details that you need to place trades. From there, we'll then move on to placing trades, so putting a stop loss on, using take profits as well. And from there, we'll then go on to how to amend a live trade and how to close a trade. Finally, what we'll do is finish off with how to search for your account history, and from there, we'll open it up to any questions. If there's any questions you've got, by all means type them into the chat function, and I'll try and answer them as and when we go along. Okay, so to start with, to open an account, if you go to the ayondo.com homepage, you'll see you've got two options: social trading and spread betting CFD trading. Simply click spread betting CFD trading. And from here, all you need to do is fill out the first couple of steps. And simply select spread betting CFD trading. Select the country, and the next page will just take you to some personal information. I won't go through what you need to fill out. It's fairly basic. It's just sort of name, address, date of birth, a few other personal details. So once you've gone through that, usually within a couple of seconds of clicking complete on the application form, what you'll do is you'll receive your login details via email. So all you need to simply do is click on that. It will have given you a random password to start with. And then what you need to do is go to the login page. So within that email, there'll be a link to click in. Once you've entered in the username and password, you will be greeted with a screen like this. So this is effectively the entry screen on the TradeHub platform. First thing you'll probably want to do is to change the password. So if you simply go up to the top here, and then you've got this one just here. So select the current password that was sent out in the email, enter in the new one here, confirm the new one, and then just click change password. So once you've done that, first thing you probably want to do is to be able to trade, you need to fund the account. So briefly, I'll just go through the icons at the top here. So at the top we've got the magnifying glass, so if ever in doubt what they do, just hover your mouse over them. But the magnifying glass is product search. From here, with the star is a watch list, so we'll go through how to create a watch list later on. The up and down arrow is any open positions and orders. The light bulb is tools and resources that we offer. The clock is the account history, and the pound sign or euro sign will be your funds management. So if we click on the funds management, this brings up the funds management window. Now this is where you can control withdrawals, deposits, basically any money going either in or out of your account. The quickest and easiest way to fund the account is using either a debit or credit card. If you wish to do it that way, you'll see here you've got no stored cards. So if you'd already made a deposit with a card, you'd have your details remembered here. But as we haven't, what we need to do is click new cards, and then all you simply need to do is just fill out a card type, expiry date, the 16-digit card number, security code, deposit amount, and click deposit. That will then usually just go through to your bank's processing page, and within a matter of seconds you'll see that the funds have been deposited to your account. If you wish to deposit by bank transfer, if you select here, deposits bank wire, what you've got is the name of our bank accounts here. So you've got various different currency accounts. So if you wanted to open a Euro account, you could open a Euro account. We've got our Euro bank details. Other options for any of you that are based abroad, if you look just to the right here, these are the other segregated client accounts that we hold. So we have one with Commerce Bank, so if you just click on that, it will cycle through the details required for those. For any Spanish clients, if you're looking to use Banco Sabadell, just select here. And we've also got Banco BPI for Portuguese clients. So whichever one of those is the most convenient for yourself, feel free to use them. Briefly go over the withdrawal process. So if, say, for example, you had your card stored already, you'd have the card that you funded with, and then you'd be given a box here just to enter the amount that you wish to withdraw. Simply click into the box, type in the amount that you wish to withdraw, and click withdraw. And bank transfers, simply just enter the amount that you wish to withdraw. Any special instructions such as same-day payment or CHAPS payment, and then just click withdraw funds. Okay, so the next thing we're going to move on to is probably one of the most important bits, which is how to actually search for products. So as I mentioned earlier, you've got the icons at the top here. So if you just click on product search, it will then give you a variety of different options. So you could either search by typing in the name of a particular asset that you're looking for. So let's say, for example, I wanted to trade the UK 100. So if I typed in UK, it will automatically start filtering, and we've got the list of the various different products that start matching that. Alternatively, what we could do is UK 100 is an indice, so I simply click indices, country from where it's listed, and then we'll have the same results here. Next thing, we could just move that around, is, so once we've found the product that I want, let's say I was looking for the UK 100 rolling, what I simply need to do is click on this. What I'll do is just move these out of the way so it's a bit clearer. And this is the product information sheet. So each different asset class, whether it be shares, currencies, commodities, will all have different details which you need to look at before placing a trade. So the most important would be, in this particular one, is you've got the trading hours. So this currently displays market open. If you want to see the actual trading hours here, simply click and it will tell you. If you want to hide them, just click it again. You've got the base margin rate, so on this particular product it's 1%. You've also got the minimum stake size, both long and short. So in this instance, the minimum stake size per trade is £1 a point, whether you're long or short. You've also got the maximum stake size. Another important one here is the per unit equals. So what this is in reference to is, if we look at the price here, is 7097 spot 3. If that first digit there went to 7098, that would be 1 unit. So that would be, the profit or loss would be 1 times your stake size. And another important one is the guaranteed stop maximum stake size. So I will cover guaranteed stops and stop losses later on. But this is an important one to remember, as guaranteed stops apply to trades which the stop loss is placed both the minimum distance but also up to a maximum stake size. So in this instance, the maximum stake size guaranteed is £25 a point. Another important piece of information here, which we'll come back to on the charts, is the session refresh time. So this will be the point at which any charts will refresh. Okay, so what we've been able to do here is we've searched for the product that we want. The next thing that we're probably going to want to do, if we haven't already got it, is to create a watch list. So this is just a simple list of products, whether it be stocks, currencies, commodities that you may trade often. You want to have easily accessible to yourself rather than having to necessarily search for it each time. So if I just bring this up here, click on the star, and we'll see these are the current products that are in my watch list. Now let's say in this instance I've got the UK 100 rolling, but I also want to add say a futures contract. All I need to do simply is click on the star, and we'll see that that product has come across and it's been added to my watch list. Alternatively, just add another one. You can simply click, hover your mouse over it, add to watch list, and we'll see here euro dollar has also been added to my watch list. So again, you can create as many watch lists as you want. Some people might want to do them for different product classes, or you might want to do just one for your favorite products that you tend to trade. It's as customizable as you really want to make it. So what we'll do now is moving back into placing a trade. So if we go back to the product information sheet, what we've got here is both the sell and buy price. So if we click on one of these, this will then bring up a deal ticket. So what we've got here is I've clicked on buy. Say for example if you wanted to change it to a sell, you could just simply click here and it will switch to a sell trade. But what I'm going to do in this instance is show you how to place a buy trade. So I've decided that I want to go long or place a buy trade on the UK 100. This box here is the stake size, so as we referred to earlier, the stake size will be for each point that it moves. So from 98 to 99 would be 1 point times my stake size. So I'm going to go for £2 a point on this trade. So I enter that. Next thing it's going to ask is, do I want to put a stop loss? You don't have to, but in this instance I'm going to show you how to place a guaranteed stop. So if we look in this box here, when I referred back earlier to the guaranteed stop maximum size, which was this figure here, so there's two parameters for stop losses to be guaranteed. Now they're not guaranteed on every product, but currencies, commodities, indices, more often than not they are. But what we need to do is make sure that our trade is no larger than the guaranteed stop maximum size, but also there's a minimum distance that you can place a guaranteed stop. So if I show you here, the minimum distance to place any stop on this particular product, and it will vary from product to product, but on this particular indice is 7.1 points. Now the minimum distance guaranteed is 21.3 points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my stop 50 points away. So I can either click down here, or alternatively I can just simply delete the text and write the exact amount. So you see here it will also tell me the current distance and the estimated profit or loss should that stop loss be reached. So you'll notice earlier that when I first loaded up there was a little orange N. Now when it's an orange N, that refers to the stop loss being non-guaranteed. When it turns to a green G, that's in reference to the stop loss being guaranteed. So if you're looking for a guaranteed stop, just make sure that you've put the correct information in there and it matches the criteria. So minimum distance guaranteed, and also no larger than the guaranteed stop maximum size. You can also find the guaranteed stop maximum size in the stake size section here. Next I'm going to enter a take profit. So again you can just use the up and down arrow. And all we need to do now is just simply confirm the trade, so click place buy trade. You'll get a deal ticket confirmation, so again just confirming you've got the trade ID, execution time and date, execution price, and the stop loss and take profit. So what I simply do is close that. Now that we've gone through that, we might want to have a look at any open positions that we've got. So what I'll do is close these down to create a bit more space. So the up and down arrow here, click on that. This will show any open positions that you've currently got running. So this is the trade that we did just a second ago. So we can see that we've got the buy, so it was a buy trade that I made, and then the stake size, so it was £2 a point long. We've got the entry price and the current market price underneath. And then we've also got stop loss and take profit. So say for example you've put on a trade and you want to either amend a stop loss, or you want to add a stop loss or remove it, or exactly the same with a take profit. If we hover our mouse over the position that we want to edit, and if we click on linked orders, this will bring up a deal ticket similar to the one that we initially opened the trade with. And if we want to amend any of the details, we can simply either remove them or change them, and just click submit. And what we'll see there is that the take profit and the stop loss have changed. What we also might want to do is to close a trade. So if we simply, again, back to the open positions and orders, click on close. This will give you the current price, the current profit or loss. If I just click close, we'll see that trade's now been closed. So another important point that we'll run through now is looking at charts. So if I bring up my watch list, what I'll do is bring up a chart for the UK 100. So there's two ways to access a chart. In fact, there's three. I'll go through all of them. In both the product information window and also on your watch list, you've got a chart button here. So if you click on either of those, that will then launch a chart. And the other option is through the open positions and orders. So I'll show you that one in a second. So just a quick rundown over the chart. You've got a couple of options. The first one here is these are any products that you've got on your watch list. So it just enables you to toggle between, say, any different positions that you're watching without having to completely load up a new chart. You've got the chart type here, which is open, high, low, close chart, line chart, various different options down here. Scale, so we can go from 1 minute to 1 year. This will be what each candlestick represents. So what I'll do is change this to 1 day. You can then also enlarge it to further back, or if you want to look at a more defined timeline, you can bring it in. Indicators, so any indicators that you may wish to place on the charts, simply click on them and you'll see the indicators been placed below. You'll see any indicators that you've got open on the top left hand corner of the chart here. If you want to remove or amend any of the settings on them, just scroll down here and click remove indicator. Tools, so this is any lines that you wish to draw. So you might want to draw a line there. Again, to remove or amend any of them, if you just hover your mouse over, you can just simply move it down, or if you want to delete it, just click the delete item. Positions, so any positions that we had on this particular instrument, they'd be shown on the chart. So if I move it to this, so there's another way that you can bring up a deal ticket as well, which is actually on the chart itself. So if I click buy, and we'll just open another trade. If I go to positions, click on my position here, and you'll see that it's got a variety of information. So we've got my entry price here, which is the blue line. This is where my stop loss is and my take profit. So you can actually move these up and down using the charts itself. So if I just simply click on that, click the tick to confirm, we'll see my stop loss has changed. And again, the same with the take profit. The third and final option of how to bring up a chart is if we go back to our open positions and orders section. If we hover our mouse over the position, bring up the chart, and you'll see that it's automatically brought up your position on that chart as well. So finally what I'll do is I'll go through how to download your account history. and then from there, if there's any questions that anyone's got, feel free to type them in and I will go through and answer them. So the account history, simply click on that. It gives you the opportunity to look at your trade history. So you can either search this via week, month, year, or a predefined date. The number of records that you want to display. You can also look at transaction history. So this would be any deposits that you've made. Order history, any orders. And finally, you've got the opportunity to download them. So you can either download them in PDF or Excel format. Again, you can change the time zone and just simply click download and that'll download them in a readable format. Okay, so that's pretty much it for sort of running over the basics of how TradeHub works. I hope that's been interesting and informative. If you've got any questions, feel free to type them into the box. And what I can do is I can go through and answer them now. Okay, so I've had a couple, which is what is the minimum deposit. So the minimum deposit for both bank transfers and for debit or credit cards is £100. So the minimum per transaction is 100. What you'll need to do is just to ensure that you've got enough margin to cover the position that you want to open. Okay, and another one coming through is what is the minimum stake size? So the minimum stake size is going to vary for each product. For indices as a guide, I'll just bring up a couple here, but as a guide, it usually starts from £1 a point. So if I just click on one here, we'll see here the minimum minimum stake size is £1 a point. For currencies, they're from 40 pence, however the majority tend to start at 50p. For single stocks, particularly UK stocks, the minimum is going to be £1. For interest rates and US listed stocks, it's going to vary. Some of them are going to be from 15 pence a point. But as a general guide, indices and UK stocks from £1 a point. So, and another one is, do you offer mobile trading? So yes, we have an app for both the Apple Android systems. So to do that, we need to just simply go through either Google Play or alternative through the Apple iStore. Simply search for Ayondo Markets and you'll see one that's downloadable from there. Simply install that into your handset and you've got all the functionality that you have from the main trading platform. Okay, and another one is, can you hedge a position? So if you currently have a long and short position in it, or can you have a long and short position in the same security? Yeah, very good question. That is possible. What I'll do is I'll show you how we can do that using the current open position that we've got. So at the moment we have a position £1 a point long in the UK 100 rolling. So let's say I want to hedge that by going short as well, but without closing that position out. So what I'll simply do is bring up a deal ticket as per normal. Enter in the stake size. Now there's a box here that says force open. If you hover your mouse over any of the little I buttons incidentally, if there's anything you're unsure of, it will always give you a bit of more information about what that particular feature does. So the force open effectively will open up a completely separate trade for the position that you're about to open. So if I had that off and clicked place sell trade, what we'll see is my position here would be closed out, because to close out a trade, to take the opposite side, if I click force open and I click enter trade, what we'll see here is that I'm now both long and short on the same instrument. And then from there, you can just simply change any orders exactly the same as if you were, and close out any trades exactly the same as previously. Okay, so another question is, how can I tell how much margin I need to use? So the margin requirements for each trade is shown on the deal ticket. So if I just bring one up here, if we go £1 a point, we'll see the margin required to open this trade with no stop loss is £70.93. So it's 1% of the notional value of the trade, which is shown here. This will decrease depending on a stop loss that you put. So if I put a stop loss 50 points away, we'll see this then decreases from £70.92 down to £49.50. Up here, you've got your account value and, more importantly, the margin available. So this is the figure that you have to have up here to make sure that you can open that trade. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for all the questions that have come through. If you've got any more or you need any other assistance, please don't hesitate to contact either myself. I can be reached at support@ayondo.com. Or alternatively, feel free to call one of the team and they'll be able to run you through it. So thanks very much for attending, and look forward to hearing from you shortly. Thank you. Bye.